It's the 5th of June. This is update 3 of my trying to conceive journey. If you haven't seen the first 2, I'll link them in the description box down below. It'll probably make more sense if you watch from the start. But a very quick rundown if you don't have time to go and watch those videos. I've been trying to conceive since December. I got pregnant on my 4th cycle and then I had a miscarriage, and I'm currently in my first cycle since the miscarriage. So I haven't yet had my first period since that happened. Alright, so back to today. Today is cycle day 32, which means either my cycle hasn't reset yet. Maybe I ovulated later than I should have, because obviously miscarriage is gonna stuff with your cycle a little bit. Or if my cycle did reset, then it's possible that I'm pregnant, because at this point my period is late. I'm not gonna take a pregnancy test yet. I think tomorrow is the earliest that I'll take one, but I'm going to try and hold off until the day after. Because my very first cycle when I came off the pill was 32 days, which meant that I got my period on the 33rd day, which would be tomorrow. So I'll wait and see. If it doesn't come tomorrow, I'm definitely going to be taking a test the next day. So cross your fingers for me. It's the 6th of June. It's been a couple of days and my period's still not here. It is cycle day 34. So it's been 33 full days of that cycle. It's the morning and I'm gonna take a test. Jonathan's still in bed asleep, so I've come downstairs. I have my fingers crossed because I've never had a cycle this long. Even when I first came off the pill, it was only a 32-day cycle. So it's been longer than that already. So got my timer going. Now we just do the scary wait again. Oh my gosh, we're almost there. Oh my gosh. I'm so nervous. There's nothing there. There's nothing there at all. I guess my cycle just hasn't reset yet. Oh, that is so disappointing. Nothing there by way of a second line. Like nothing at all. I can't even squint and hope. It's the 7th of June. I'm gonna test again. I know it's dumb. I know it's probably gonna say negative. The tests aren't gonna change this quickly from one morning to the next morning, and it's literally only 24 hours since I last tested, but I don't care. I have no period. It's now day 35. Come on, give me a positive pregnancy test. I know my cycle might still be resetting, and I've read everything on the internet says it takes 4 to 6 weeks before you get your period after miscarriage. It also said that the earlier the miscarriage was, the quicker your period would come back, and mine was very early, so I just fully believed it was just going to be a normal cycle length. Anyway, that was the timer. Yeah, that's negative again. I really just want to squint really hard at it and see a tiny little bit of a faint positive. I don't even think that's there either. Again. Yep, there's nothing else there. Then where the heck is my period? It's the 9th of June. My period still hasn't started, so I took another pregnancy test this morning and it was still negative, just a clear one line. Nothing else there at all. I think this is cycle day 37. It's now been over 5 weeks. I guess my assumption that my cycle would just be straight back to normal was completely incorrect. It's the 11th of June. My period started this morning. So it was a 38-day cycle. So that was the cycle that my miscarriage happened in. So counting day 1 of the miscarriage as day 1 of the cycle. So it was not my normal cycle length at all. It was much longer, but it was still within the 6 weeks. The internet said most people after miscarriage have a period within 4 to 6 weeks. So it was still in that time period, so I didn't need to worry or go to the doctors or anything. It was just that I wasn't expecting it to be that long. I'm actually feeling okay about it though. I'm not super upset or anything. Obviously I would have liked to be pregnant, but it was at the point where I just wanted to know one way or the other. Like the pregnancy test was saying no, but I didn't know if that was just because I ovulated later and it was too early to test. So I just needed to either see a positive pregnancy test or get my period. Now that I have got my period, I'm like, cool, now we can start again. Here's a new cycle for us to try. So yeah, I don't know why I was vomiting a couple of weeks ago, whenever it was. Maybe it was just because I was sick, I don't know. New cycle. Now I have to decide if I'm going to track my ovulation this cycle, because I do have 50 ovulation tests. So I guess I may as well, but it's whether or not I want to, like, is that gonna put me under more stress than just kind of leaving it be? I don't know, so I'll update you when I decide. It's the 27th of June, cycle day 17. I decided not to do the ovulation tests. It wasn't really like, I didn't really make the decision as much as I just didn't do the tests. And then as the days passed, it kind of got too late to start doing the tests, because I want to do them like right from quite early in my cycle. So I just kind of missed the window where I wanted to start testing, so there was no point. So I will leave that until next cycle, which hopefully there is no next cycle. Hopefully I'm pregnant this cycle, but yeah, that's just what happened. I think I'm like less focused on this process at the moment, which I think is really healthy, because I was like really obsessive about it before. And I'm still like, I still want it really badly, but I think it's good that it's not like the only thing that I'm thinking about all the time, because actually I am just really struggling with my mental health at the moment. Is, I think, totally understandable considering I had a miscarriage last month. Anything that I can kind of do to make my mental state a bit easier to deal with is a good thing. And obviously I can't really help whether or not I'm obsessing over getting pregnant, but I think the fact that I'm not obsessing is a good thing. So I don't want to, like, I'm worried that if I do the ovulation tests every day or twice every day like I wanted to, I'm worried that that will get me back into obsessive thinking. So I think probably not testing is a better idea for me at the moment. Anyway, cycle day 17, which means I've probably ovulated at this point, just going off a 28-day cycle, which hopefully it will be, and assuming I ovulated on day 14, which was now a few days ago. So yeah, I've probably ovulated already, which means now we're in the 2-week wait. It's the 3rd of June, it is cycle day 23, and I've had a little bit of bleeding today, which is like really seriously too early to be my period, because that would put it at only a 22-day cycle, which is just too short. I'm wondering if it might be implantation bleeding. The time frame matches up, because assuming I ovulated around day 14, today would be like 9 days after ovulation, which is pretty much smack bang in the middle of like the time frame when you might have implantation bleeding. So it might be that. The color is also a little bit different from period blood. It's like lighter and more pink. So I don't know, maybe, hopefully. I'm not like running around the house super excited thinking that it is though, because I've been disappointed a few too many times at this point to kind of feel like that, I think. But yeah, I thought I'd just update you that that's happened, and hopefully it is implantation bleeding. I won't know for, I think, about a week, until, I don't really know when to expect my period, because obviously my last cycle after the miscarriage was 38 days, when a normal cycle for me would be between 28 to 30. So I don't really know if I'm expecting a normal cycle length this month or a slightly longer one than normal, but I'm certainly not expecting it to be 22 days. So I don't think this is my period. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it is implantation bleeding. But anyway, that's where we're at. It's the 4th of July, it's just the next day. The bleeding did stop. It only lasted for a few hours. It was very light, like spotting basically. And like I said, light in colour. So that combined with the fact that it like stopped after just a few hours, and obviously definitely wasn't my period because my period goes on for more than a few hours. I'm actually really hopeful that it was implantation bleeding. It was like exactly at the right time, all of the right signs, but I just can't test yet, which is really frustrating. So I know yesterday I said I was like kind of apathetic, like not trying, but just I wasn't that excited about it. But today I'm excited about it, and today I'm like, oh my gosh, please let it be. Let me be pregnant. The signs are all there, which is really exciting. So yeah, fingers crossed. I'll let you know. I don't know, when can I test? Today's day 24. I definitely can't test until at least day 29. So I'm going to be waiting for close to a week, if not a week. It's the 9th of July, it's cycle day 29. Sorry, I've just woken up. But I'm going to do a pregnancy test this morning. I know it's really early to do a pregnancy test, like this is the earliest that my period could like possibly be due, so realistically I should probably be waiting like another few days at least, but I got really excited by that implantation bleeding, so I'm just gonna take a test this morning on the off chance that it'll show me something. So yeah, time is going. Honestly, I know at this point, even if I am pregnant, I'm like kind of likely to get a negative result just because it is so early, but you know, if you've been through this, you know how hard it is to actually wait out the full time. I think I'll be okay though, even if it says it's negative. I don't think it's going to disappoint me as much as some of the other times, but we shall see. I'm meant to be getting a skin prick like allergy test in 3 days, and I'm not supposed to do that if I'm pregnant, so I kind of need to know in the next like 3 days definitely, because if I am, then I can't get that test. 15 seconds. Yeah, I think that's negative at the moment. Yeah, that's definitely a no at this stage, but who knows, maybe I'll try again in a day or two. It's the 10th of July and my period started, so obviously that was not the cycle, but hopefully this new cycle is the cycle. I'm not too disappointed this particular month because I actually have a skin prick like allergy test on Monday that I can only do if I'm not pregnant. So if I had discovered that I was pregnant this month, I was going to have to cancel that, and I kind of really want to get that test done, because obviously I'm not going to be able to do it for 9 entire months if I am pregnant, and then possibly longer if I'm breastfeeding as well. So like if I want to get it done, I need to do it before I get pregnant. So it was kind of like a good way for me to have a win either way this month. I was either gonna be pregnant or I was gonna be able to get the skin prick test done. And yeah, Jonathan and I have both been quite sick over the last month, so that's why I didn't really think it was going to be this month anyway. We kind of weren't really feeling up to much. So yeah, hopefully this next coming month will be the month for me. It's the 15th of July, it is cycle day 6, and I had literally just decided that I was going to do these ovulation strips this cycle. I was about to go and do the first one this morning, and so I was like looking at how to use them. If you don't remember, I think it might have been in a previous video, I bought this like 50 pack of ovulation tests off Wish for like really cheap, like $8. So I just pulled out a packet of them and it says 1-step urine pregnancy test strip, and I'm like, are you sure pregnancy? So I was like, maybe one of the packets is pregnancy and the others are ovulation, because there's like several packets of these. But no, they all say pregnancy test strip. And I was like, maybe it's just the name. I'll like look something up to check. So on the back it says the sensitivity is 10 MIU. So I looked that up, and that is definitely a pregnancy test, not an ovulation test. And I don't need a pregnancy test right now. I literally bought ovulation tests. I bought 50 ovulation tests. I don't want 50 pregnancy tests. So these are literally useless now. I mean, maybe I can use them when it's like too early to do a proper pregnancy test, but like I'm certainly not using them on day 6 of my cycle. I was planning on using them like every morning and evening through the entire cycle until I figured out when my ovulation day is, and so that's not gonna work. It's the 2nd of August, it is cycle day 24, and I'm a little bit concerned because something new has started happening that I don't think is a good thing. So I know last month I talked about having a little bit of bleeding around the time that I would have expected implantation bleeding. This month, I've kind of had it again, but I've like found the pattern now, so it's definitely not implantation bleeding. Every time I have sex after my ovulation day, so in my luteal phase, I bleed for like a day. And last month it was just like really light bleeding, it was like spotting basically. This month it was heavier. One time was like not concerning, but the other day there was just like this big gush of blood and literally like stained all of our bed sheets, like went right through to our mattress, and that is quite concerning. I had no pain though, so it's a bit confusing. And like, I know I should be like straight at the doctors for this, but I've been to the doctors so many times this year. I had to go recently about my mental health actually, because that was just, I was not feeling okay. So I'm now on anti-anxiety medication, which is helping. I've only been on it for just over a week, but it is really helping. But yeah, I mean, if this pattern continues next month, then I will go to the doctor because it is concerning. And if I had pain, I would be at the doctor's as well. I just feel like, because I feel fine, so I guess we'll just kind of wait and see. It makes me wonder if like the eggs are not viable, or you know, something like that, because it's not happening before ovulation, it's only happening in the second half of my cycle after ovulation. So I just wonder if it does have something to do with my eggs, and then it makes me wonder if like my fertility is kind of not good. Like obviously I can get pregnant, but maybe I can't continue a viable pregnancy, which is really upsetting. So yeah, Jonathan and I were discussing adoption. Not like, we're not looking into adoption right now, but we were thinking like down the track, like if we try for a couple of years and it doesn't happen, then we would look into adoption. So we had that discussion yesterday. But yeah, that is where we're at. It's the 6th of August, it is cycle day 28, and I've been doing those cheap Wish pregnancy tests the last few days. Even though it was too early to test, you know, the last couple of days, I was doing them anyway just to check if they worked. So I was like expecting a negative result, but I just wanted to like check how to use them because the instructions on them are very lacking. I mean, obviously I know they were just cheap ones, but yeah, so I just wanted to check them. So the first one that I did 2 days ago gave me no result at all. So I dipped it for, I think, 5 seconds, which is what my my proper tests say to do, so I just did the same thing because it didn't say how long to dip it for, and I got no result at all. Like, there was no control line, like no anything. So I thought that I had done it wrong. I thought you had to like take the little plastic bit off, so I did that for the second one and got no result again. So I looked it up, and for the tiny little strip ones, which is what I've got, you have to dip it for like 20 seconds. You have to wait until you like watch the line come up, and you've got to wait until it's like at the top. So then I did that this morning, and I actually got a proper response this morning, so I think they're working, because I got a control line this morning, and I did another one when I got home tonight because it's day 28, so you know my period's due tomorrow. Although I have continued to spot for like over a week now, or about a week. But anyway, I did another one when I got home, and Jonathan and I both reckon there was a really faint line on it. So I don't really know what to think. Obviously these are only the cheap tests, so if I continue to get faint positives, I will at some point, probably tomorrow morning, do one of my proper tests to see what the result is on that. But yeah, I think I had a really faint line this afternoon, and I think I'm just gonna do another one now. It's not a waste because I literally have 50 of them and I've only used 4, so like I have 46 more of them. They cost me $8. I feel like it's fine. I can do as many as I want. I can do 12 a day if I want to. So I'm gonna take another one now and see what it says. But then it's like, if I am pregnant, I've been bleeding for the last week, which is not a good thing. It's only light bleeding, but like a week ago, like I told you, there was a lot of blood when it's like started, so that's also not good. So then I'm like, well, if I am pregnant, that's not a good sign either. And then also, if I am pregnant, I now have the anxiety of like, am I gonna have another miscarriage? So it's like, it's not as exciting, or as like, the emotions are not as positive as they were last time, because I have a couple of things hanging over my head now that are making me worried, but I still want to be pregnant, so I still hope it's positive. I don't think there's any way that's going to show up on camera, but right there, so there's one here and one there, like, I literally think there's a faint line, a faint second line. I'm gonna do another one of these in the morning, and then if I get the same result, I'm gonna do one of the proper ones as well. Wish me luck. I'll see you in the morning. Hi, it's the next morning, so it's September 7, day 29. It's first thing in the morning, and I'm gonna do another one of these, and if there's a second line on this one as well, I'm gonna do a real pregnancy test. I'm excited. Yeah, I think I can see another faint line on there, so I'm going to do a real one, which means I'm going to have to do the waiting game because these ones take a bit longer to read. I hope it's not just those cheap tests messing with me. I really hope it's not, because I can definitely see a second line. Okay. Oh, there's a second line there. There's actually a second line there. There actually is. Oh, there's 2 lines. There really, really, really is. It's like faint, but like I can see it, like it's definitely there. So why am I bleeding? Why am I still like spotting? Okay, I need to get to the doctors, I think, and solve this problem. But oh my god, I'm pregnant again. Okay, I have to go tell Jonathan. It's the 9th of August, so I went to the doctor's today. It's been, I think, 3 days since my last update, because it was the weekend, so I couldn't go to the doctor, but I went today, and he did an internal examination check thing, and he said my cervix is closed, which is good, but he wants me to get blood tests, like one tomorrow and one in a few days, so we can check that my HCG levels are rising, and that will, I guess, confirm that the pregnancy is okay. So I'm like all in for that, because that's like the confirmation that I need. It just means that it's a waiting game. Like, it would have been great to hear, no, everything's fine, and to know that today, but obviously that's not how it works. So yeah, I'll update you on Friday when I know, I guess. It is the 12th of August, and today I had my second blood test. Yesterday I got a text from the doctor saying my first blood test showed the pregnancy hormone, so I got really excited. I was like, cool, well that's good. And yeah, so this morning I did the second one, and then this evening I got a call from the doctor to say that, yeah, it's not, that basically I've either lost it already or I'm losing it. He said my first blood test HCG count was at 46, which is already super low, so I don't know why they sent me that stupid text yesterday. Saying that it showed pregnancy hormones. I mean, yes it did, but they were so low, so the text should have at least been worded differently. And then he said this morning's one, the count was 14, so yeah. So he reckons it's gone already, because I mean, this time I'm even earlier than last time. Like, today would have been 4 weeks and 5 days. Last time I got to 5 weeks and 5 days. So I'm a week earlier than I was last time, but he reckons I probably lost it a few days ago. So he doesn't think there's going to be any more blood. He thinks it's done already, but at the same time, the doctor at the hospital last time said the same thing. And was very wrong, so I guess we'll wait and see. But like, I've been through so many emotions already. I've only known for 2 hours. I've known for 2 hours. Been through so many emotions already. Sadness at first, a lot of anger, more anger than I didn't feel angry last time, I was just sad, but like, I'm much more angry this time. Numbness, just absolute emptiness. And just a feeling of not being able to cope, but I don't have a freaking choice. Sorry, I try not to swear too much on this channel, so I will try and keep that up, but like what do you do when you can't handle something? But like, I don't get a choice. I can't, I've already had the miscarriage. Like, I can't turn back time and get to keep it. So I don't know. That's what's happening right now, and I'll I don't know. Do you need any more details than that? You probably don't, eh? That's pretty much what's happened. It's the 13th of August, it's just the next day. And I don't know why the doctors have said both times that I probably won't bleed anymore. Like, both times I've said that, you know, I've probably already had the miscarriage. The baby's already gone. I'm probably not going to bleed anymore, because both times they've been very wrong. The bleeding, like actual proper heavy bleeding, started today, and just like last time, it is heavier than a normal period, and my periods are like pretty heavy the first few days anyway. The cramping started last night, like during the night, but I woke up this morning and there was just a little bit of blood, but I could tell from the cramps that it was gonna start. And yeah, the bleeding like started properly this morning, and it's been really heavy all day. So I guess this is officially day 1 of my second miscarriage. Do you even call it a miscarriage when it's this early? I think the technical term at this stage is a chemical pregnancy, which is basically a miscarriage that happens before 5 weeks, I think, or before, is it before 5 or before 6 weeks? But I mean, it's just technical terms for basically another miscarriage. So yeah, this one is happening a week earlier than the last one. The last one happened at 5.5 weeks. This one's 4.5 weeks. So I guess I'm going to be able to compare that for you, what a miscarriage at 4.5 weeks is like compared to a miscarriage at 5.5 weeks. I wish I wasn't able to compare them for you, but I'm going to be able to compare them for you. But I'll probably keep this one a little more brief than last time, because I think last time I made the miscarriage like talk its own video. But unless it's significantly different from last time, I'm going to try and keep it a little more short and just try and keep it in this video, I think. And by the way, yes, I am aware that you pretty much only ever see me wearing the same thing in these updates. This is my comforting clothes. So basically anytime I'm not at work, I like to just be in this because it's comfy and makes me feel a little bit better. I've not been feeling quite as much despair today as I was yesterday. Yesterday felt unbearable, and today I'm sad, but I don't feel like I want to die anymore. So that's good. It is the 21st of August, so the miscarriage bleeding lasted for 7 days this time, which is a couple of days shorter than last time when it was a slightly later miscarriage. The first day was super heavy like last time, but then the rest of it was just kind of like a normal period. So it was only really painful and really heavy on the first day. So physically it was easier than last time because it was earlier, I guess. Mentally is a whole different story, because now I don't actually know if I can carry a pregnancy all the way through, because my success rate at the moment is not looking good. So I'm a total mess emotionally, but yeah, physically it's all over. So yeah, I might end this video here and start a new one with my new cycle. So yeah, cross your fingers for me. Not that that's helped in the past, but here we go. Try number 3, I guess.